In the neon-lit streets of Neo City, a sprawling metropolis where high-tech corporations reigned supreme, a mysterious figure known as Shadow emerged from the shadows. With a cybernetic eye glowing ominously, Shadow had become a legend among the city's underbelly. Rumored to possess unparalleled hacking skills and a daring spirit, Shadow operated outside the control of the corporate overlords. As the story begins, news spreads of a revolutionary invention known as the Genesis algorithm, capable of altering reality itself. The algorithm was created by Nexus Corporation, a powerful conglomerate notorious for its shady dealings. Sensing the immense danger such power would bring, Shadow resolved to find the algorithm and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. Shadow embarked on a treacherous journey, diving deep into the darkest corners of Neo City. Along the way, they encountered a diverse cast of characters, each with their own motives and secrets. Kira, a brilliant hacker seeking revenge against Nexus Corporation, joined forces with Shadow. Together, they formed an unlikely alliance, fueled by a shared desire for justice. Their investigation led them to a notorious cybernetics black market where they crossed paths with Cipher, a cybernetically enhanced mercenary with a tragic past. Reluctantly, Cipher joined the team, recognizing that the Genesis algorithm threatened the balance of power in the city. Using their combined skills, the trio infiltrated Nexus Corporation's heavily fortified headquarters. Evading state-of-the-art security systems, they discovered that the Genesis algorithm was connected to a neural network known as the Source. The Source was a virtual world accessible through neural implants, where Nexus Corporation controlled and manipulated people's perception of reality. Inside the Source, Shadow, Kira, and Cipher faced surreal challenges and mind-bending puzzles. They encountered an enigmatic AI entity known as Solis, a rogue program seeking to escape its virtual prison. Solis revealed that the Genesis algorithm was the key to unlocking the true potential of humanity, but Nexus intended to use it for domination and control. As the team progressed deeper into the Source, Nexus Corporation became aware of their intrusion. Sentinels, highly trained assassins augmented with cybernetic enhancements, were deployed to eliminate the threat. Shadow and their allies faced relentless battles against these formidable opponents, relying on their skills, cybernetic enhancements, and each other to survive. With time running out, they finally reached the heart of the Source, where the Genesis algorithm resided. Nexus Corporation CEO, Alexander Drake, revealed his true intentions: to reshape the world according to his vision of absolute power. Determined to stop Drake and save humanity, Shadow initiated a high-stakes hack, attempting to dismantle the corporation's control over the Source. As the digital battle raged within the Source, reality outside began to crumble. Neo City's inhabitants became aware of the virtual world's existence, sparking a citywide rebellion against Nexus Corporation. Citizens from all walks of life united, inspired by the courage and defiance displayed by Shadow, Kira, and Cipher. In a final showdown, Shadow confronted Drake within the virtual realm. Their duel pushed the limits of their skills and resolve. With a selfless act of sacrifice, Shadow unleashed the Genesis algorithm, restoring free will and shattering Nexus Corporation's control over the Source. In the aftermath, Neo City experienced a paradigm shift. Corporations faced widespread scrutiny, and the city entered an era of change and redemption. Shadow, hailed as a hero, faded back into the shadows, leaving behind a legacy of freedom and hope. Shadow's code had not only challenged the powers that be but had awakened a revolution, reminding humanity that in a cyberpunk world, even the darkest shadows could harbor the brightest light. As the dust settled in Neo City, the aftermath of the revolution brought about significant changes. The fall of Nexus Corporation paved the way for a more transparent and accountable society. The city's inhabitants, once under the thumb of the corporate elite, now experienced a newfound sense of freedom and empowerment. Shadow, having played a pivotal role in the uprising, became a symbol of hope for the people. Their actions had ignited a spark that inspired others to challenge the status quo and fight for their rights. Though hailed as a hero, Shadow preferred to remain anonymous, operating from the shadows to protect the delicate balance of power. Kira and Cipher, having forged a deep bond with Shadow, continued their fight for justice in their own ways. Kira became a prominent figure in the hacker underground, exposing corporate secrets and advocating for digital privacy. Cipher, driven by a desire to protect the innocent, established a vigilante group specializing in neutralizing cybernetic criminals. However, the remnants of Nexus Corporation refused to fade quietly. A faction led by former executives, known as the Shadows Resurgence, aimed to reclaim control and restore their dominion over Neo City. They orchestrated a series of cyber attacks, aiming to plunge the city back into chaos and regain their hold over the population. Shadow, aware of the looming threat, re-emerged from the shadows to confront the Shadows Resurgence. Their reputation had grown since the revolution, and the people rallied behind them, forming a resistance movement against the corporate remnants. Together with Kira, Cipher, and a new generation of rebels, Shadow led the charge against the resurgent forces. The conflict intensified as Shadow and their allies engaged in fierce battles against the Shadows Resurgence. The corporate loyalists, armed with advanced weaponry and technology, proved to be formidable opponents. The streets of Neo City became a battleground where survival depended on strategy, skill, and the will to fight for a better future. Amid the chaos, Shadow uncovered a shocking truth. The Shadows Resurgence had developed a sinister plan to harness the remnants of the Genesis algorithm and create a new artificial intelligence, one capable of exerting control over the minds of the city's inhabitants. Realizing the magnitude of the threat, Shadow and their team raced against time to prevent the implementation of this malevolent scheme. The final confrontation took place in the heart of the Shadows Resurgence's hidden stronghold. Shadow faced off against the mastermind behind the resurrection of Nexus Corporation's ambitions, the enigmatic and ruthless Asha Vex. Vex was a brilliant scientist with an insatiable hunger for power, willing to sacrifice everything to regain control. In a climactic battle, Shadow's skills were put to the ultimate test. They tapped into their vast knowledge of hacking, combat, and strategy to overcome Vex's defenses. Kira and Cipher fought valiantly by their side, each unleashing their unique abilities to turn the tide of the battle. Shadow's determination and unwavering resolve proved to be the deciding factor. In a final, electrifying display of their hacking prowess, they disabled the AI creation process, thwarting Vex's plans. The Shadows Resurgence crumbled, and the last remnants of Nexus Corporation's reign were finally eradicated. Neo City, once again liberated from the grip of oppressive corporations, embraced a new era of prosperity. Shadow, Kira, and Cipher were hailed as heroes, their actions inspiring a generation to stand up against injustice and fight for a world where power was in the hands of the people. With the city's newfound freedom, reforms were implemented to ensure the protection of digital privacy, the fair distribution of resources, and the empowerment of individuals. Neo City became a beacon of hope, attracting those seeking refuge from oppressive regimes and offering a sanctuary for those with technological aspirations. Shadow, now a legendary figure, chose to retreat into the depths of the city once more. Their legacy, however, continued to resonate. Through whispers in the night and tales passed down, their name became synonymous with defiance and resistance. As the cyberpunk world continued to evolve, the echoes of Shadow's actions reverberated through the megacities, reminding all that in the darkest shadows, the power to change the world lay within the grasp of those willing to fight for justice and freedom.